Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is going to be another raid Shadow Legends video. We've got an account takeover here of Roscod. Basically, we are looking to help him progress through his missions. He's well on the way to Arbiter. Would like to get Arbiter soon, but you can see here we have got a hold up of the level 20 dungeons. So big purpose of today is to help him clear level 20. And then if we get time, we will have a look at Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. So at the moment, we are fighting Nightmare Clan Boss. The clan he is in, so see here he's 2 in Nightmare Clan Boss, which is great. The clan he's in is basically just making the move to Ultra Nightmare, so he's wondering if he can make that move with them. But absolute priority is to get the dungeons done. So he's like a mid-spend, low to mid-spend player. Been playing for a good while now. He's obviously on the daily reward upgrades. He's been playing for a while. And the Great Hall is in good shape. See this level 10. 3 to 7s on accuracy. He's then built his defense, which is great. Then crit damage, which is great. So absolutely following the right sort of way to do this. And it looks like he's now building up his HP levels. So all in all, we're in good shape with the way he's built the account. So what we're going to do then, let's have a look at his champions. As I say, he's kind of a low to mid spend player. Got a few legendaries in here, good ones as well. And then he's got a few in his vault, which have come through. So not many actually fused ones by the looks of this. It's more ones that he's pulled here and there. This guy's pretty low tier. He's got a Crypt King Gruul here. A best can be decent if you use it for dungeons. Whirlim's okay from the battle pass. But we do have a Vizier that's great for clan boss. There's not a counter-attack champion in this team, which makes Ultra Nightmare more difficult. But yeah, as I say, the priority is going to be dungeons today. So let's have a quick look then where we are, what team we're using, that type of stuff, and then we can get into re-gearing champs as we need to. So we're on level 20 Ice Golems. The team we got set up here is Queen Eva with support really. So we've got a Bellower in there, a Tyrell in there. So I like Tyrell, I like Apothecary, I like Reliquary Tender in this setup. We're looking for blue or red, blue or green affinity or voids. Maybe a cow, maybe a, just filter by rank a sec. Okay, so the team setup's not actually that bad. It might just be gearing, because I think that team can clear this. So let's get into that in a second. Spider setup. Let's see what we're trying to do here on Spider. So we've cleared on manual, we just haven't cleared on auto. But this set is not too bad. Let me just check here actually. He's got Dragon and he's got Fire Knight. Slow but reliable. Doesn't have Spider, doesn't have Ice Golem. Okay. So it looks like he's going all out nuke here. Let's just see what happens with this team. I just want to see what he's trying to achieve here. It may be this team is purely set up for him to do it on manual. I think that could be what it is. So if I run this on auto, I can't see that it works. We're going to get decreased attack and defense on. We've got a weak hit. That's a problem with Razin on this level. Basically, as soon as he's got that weak hit, it's basically a wipe. Yes, it must be. This must be a manual setup. There's no way this team works on auto. Okay, so we need to get an auto team then that's going to work. He said he's got dragons running, so dragons works, but it's slow. 345. It's not horrendous, but a bit slow there. And Fire Knights is working again, but slow. 515. And again, Fire Knights is quite difficult to get into a fast speed. So what I'm going to do then, I'm going to go in. Check out some of the way these champions are geared, try and help them with the gearing, and then we get back into those dungeons and we will try and get through all of them. So the main fella here is definitely going to be coming in. We've got an Apothecary, pretty fast, okay defense, could do a bit more defense really. He's gone crit rate on the gloves, which is not a bad option. HP here, again, it's not a bad option, but I prefer defense here for an Apothecary. I also try and get speed rolls on every piece of gear I can with a speed set for Apothecary. So if we've got a defense chest here right now, good to go, with speed on it, I would absolutely take that over what he's wearing. But either way, I'd prefer him in a defense chest. So this one, for me, would be better. We've got speed boots on him, which is good. So all in all, this build is pretty good. We've got speed roll here on a defense banner, which is good as well. Again, if I just had something which pushed up my speed or my defense, I probably would take it. But overall, this build is not bad. Defense here, it's nice. Defense here, that's nice. Okay, so Apothecary build's good, and he's going to be one of the main people that we bring in. Let's see what he's going with the Bellower. Stun set, that's nice. Okay, stun set, pretty fast. So we want stun set. If we want stun set, we want him to be quite tanky, so that's good there. Crit rate there. This is following a good build. I like it. So those two look pretty good for dungeon clears. Tyrell then. Tyrell needs to be high defense, pretty fast. That works, that works, that works. All of that build feels good. Good defense, good accuracy, good speed. So those three look like they're lined up pretty well. Let's check out these cold hearts. This works, this works, this works. This is okay. It's a little bit on the low side. This is okay, a little bit on the low side. But all in all, it's not a terrible build here. These builds feel pretty good. HP there, that's nice. Crit damage there is nice. So we just need to try and find a bit more HP for a build if we can. And it might be potentially finding some gloves there. We could also do a bit more speed, but it's not a bad build. So none of those builds I've seen so far are bad. Let's look at Razin's build. Razin, this is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, so it feels like then maybe we've got the bones then of being able to do this like straight out. Speed's a bit low on this Queen Eva. Massive attack. It's obviously his campaign farmer. Could do with a bit more speed on her, really. Probably just take that up a level anyway. Okay, look, I'm going to have a play around here. It feels like we've got the backbones of teams ready to go. We just need to do some tweaking to gear. Try and perhaps just lift a couple of those stats up a bit, and then we'll get into some dungeons. Okay, so I think we are good to do some testing here. I've managed to just up some speed here a little bit, not a lot. I don't want to mess too much with this campaign farmer, but I've put a bit more defense on her, a bit more speed on her. We have, who else have I done? I've done Ultimate Gaelic, Lifesteal Gear, got his crit rate up so he can land his HP burns and his increased attack and drop turn meter. Got his accuracy up as well, so he's good to go for Spider. I've got Allure's defensive stats and HP up, crit rate up, accuracy up. I have got Reliquary Tender's defense up and speed up a bit. I've built Gurga so that he can come in with some freezes. A little bit slow still, but good accuracy. Apothecary was already in a pretty decent build. If I was doing this from scratch, I would probably roll these up, but I don't want to waste too much silver. We've not got tons of silver here to play with. So I think we're just going to get into some dungeons and see what we can do as it stands. The main priority is clearing the dungeons he can't clear, so I think we're going to start on Spider. Normally the one I go to last. I'm going to try and start here. This build's actually pretty good. Take these two out, and we're going to go with I think I'm going to go with HP burn. I need to have increased attack to go alongside that. So it's probably going to be... It's a shame this guy is not a 60. Because we need it to run on auto. And he's our best chance of making it run on auto. So actually, I'm just going to check what his build is like. I've not changed his build. Speed, I need him to be faster than my Ultimate Gaelic, which is by a long way. Ultimate Gaelic is quite slow. So we need to be faster, which he is. I could do with him being... So he's in a shield set, which is not a bad idea, actually. I could just do with his HP coming up so that he is not the person who gets targeted early. He might be anyway, just because he's a 50. And if he is, then it might just be a complete wipe. But the ideal thing with a door grab is that he's actually the last left alive. So being a 50 doesn't help us much. But do we have choices? Not in this set. Do we have choices in that shield set? I like the idea of a shield set. Although normally on a door grab, I'll just go as fast as I can. That's what I'd normally do on him. And his HP is not really giving you anything. So a shield set on a door grab when you've got low HP means nothing. Shield set's all about Basically, it's all about being able to give yourself or your team a proportion of your HP as a shield. When you've got low HP, it basically does nothing. So I think we're just going to change it up completely. Let's take him out of this set. I'm going to show him, come back in. I'm going to build Dordrab, come back in, and we'll show him as I rebuild him. Okay, Dordrab is now fast, and he's got a bit of tankiness about him, decent amount of HP about him, so I'm hoping this will be enough to get us through here. So we've got enable the burn, drop turn meter, hopefully get his decreased defense and weaken off as well to help the Cold Heart. And then we need support. So we need someone that's trying to keep all of these people alive. Zealotar is actually pretty good for this. Apothecary is always going to be good for this. Apothecary needs to go into my lead. So I think this is the team. If it's not that team, then it's probably this team. So that's my two options. Decreased defense is more assured here. He will do drop turn meter, but he'll only do it on the main spider, not the whole sort of group of spiderlings. So I'm going to try this first, see how we do. If this doesn't work, I'll bring Tyrell in and see if that improves things. So it needs to be an auto. We need to be able to do auto. So we should get speed up, increase attack. Hopefully get the thing to land. Didn't land. That's the way it goes sometimes. HP burns go out. We've landed, what, 7? 7's pretty good. The target is always going to be Errazin because he is the negative affinity, which gives our Dordrab just a bit of breathing room here. Drop turn meter. Unfortunately, it happens twice because we just got stupid AI going on. But all in all, I'm pretty happy with the start. The Razin is actually taking probably more damage than I would like, but he is getting healed up quite nicely. See the chunky damage these spiderlings do. They really hurt. Cold Heart's next on the list. I don't really want that to happen. We have done, though, a ton of damage to this spider already. Do we have enough in this team comp? That's the thing. Because now the spiderlings just start going free reign, nuking people. We've got to get back to the HP burn. There it is. We've got it on a number there. What, 7 again? 7 or 8. Razin's back up because Dordrab's in the team. So we've got a chance here. We've got a good chance. We've got dropping turn meter from our Ultimate Gaelic. Stay alive, Razin. What are you up to? Razin's down again. I mean, actually, in this setup so far, Cold Heart's done nothing. Literally, like 0. So maybe we just need to get more support in instead of the Cold Heart. Like even more support. Anything to keep that Razin alive is what we're after. So we haven't done it, but we're not a million miles away from doing it. So I'm going to go back, have a bit of a change up, maybe swap Cold Heart out, bring in, I think, Zealotar, and let's try it again. Okay, here we go then. So we're going to try Tyrell in, decreasing defense, speed up and heals and revives, burns, freezes. Let's see what we can do. We've got 2 people dropping turn meter potentially. All blue affinity, so we should get weak hits coming in on us and strong hits going in on them. So we go speed into increase attack, which enables the burn. There's the burn. Got it on a number there. Freeze everybody that's burned with the Crypt King. Drop some turn meter. Target's going on to my Ultimate Gaelic, who's actually in lifesteal gear, so it's not terrible for us. As long as we keep those hits going in. Keep the speed up. As long as he doesn't drop. He did drop. Still not terrible. We can pick him back up. Got a good amount of initial damage off. Going to be about half health before he revives. So he's revived about, I don't know, maybe to about 5/6 of his health. We've just got to keep everybody up. We need that recycle of abilities to come through. I think Cryptwall's actually gone ahead of Gaelic this time, which is a bit annoying actually. He's healed up to full again. Speed him back up. Come on, let's go. Let's get some burns out there. There's the burns, almost across the whole board. Just keeping him alive with these heals. He's actually just a bit short on the amount of defense he needs to be able to just deal with those spiderlings. But with half health the spider so far, we're still in an okay position here. The spiderlings have got a lot of burns on them. We've got the target as Tyrell for a while, which gives us just that bit of breathing room. So he's really tanked with defense. Still plenty of burns out there. Can we keep this going? Going to be close, actually. It freezes on the spiderlings got burns still on them. 2 spiderlings still burning. It's not quite enough, I don't think. Oh, it's close. It's really close. Okay, we're not far off this at all here. If I can redirect the spiderlings to hit Tyrell instead of Ultimate Gaelic for this team, I think we're actually completely there. So I just need to check their defense and their HP pools. Still possible to do it on this run, by the way, but that would make it smoother. I don't want the spiderlings going there, though. That basically ends the run. Don't know if there's even a chance now because we lost our ability to pick up the burn man. I'll let it run through, though, just to see. Yeah, no, that's a wipe. It's a wipe, but it's very close. So what we need to do is just check defense levels and HP levels of this Tyrell and Ultimate Gaelic. So they're going for Ultimate Gaelic because he's got the lower HP pool here. 2800 versus Gaelic's, versus Tyrell's 32.5. Let's just check everyone else's while we're doing it. His is high, he's got no problem. Apothecaries is what, about 40k, and my Dordarab is at about 38. So we need it to switch to Tyrell. Tyrell's got a lot of defense here. So we've got 32, so I just need to get Ultimate Gaelic's health above 3200. Which means basically switching this defense chest out for an HP chest. And that should be enough to switch the spiderling somewhere else. Do we have one in this set? Yes, we do. Going to lose a bit of accuracy for it. If I push this up to 12, we should now redirect spiderlings to the person we want them to attack, which is really important. There's spiderling aggro in Spider 20. If you don't have that type of composition that can just blast through it, is really important. So let's go up to 12. Level 12 should be enough, I think. We're getting a bit short on silver. I can't afford for the accuracy to be too low, though. Accuracy is so important in this fight. If your HP burn champion is not landing HP burns, you might as well just literally walk out the door and go to the park, because he's not going to do anything for you at all. So I might need to throw a few glyphs on accuracy. So I see we just lost a bit. Got a bit here, though. That's nice. We can throw a bit more on that. It's given us 15. We're still at 184, which is not bad. There is accuracy to be gained here if I level this up. I do have some here that I can just put a bit more into. I want to be at 200 really. 200 is a decent level. Anything more than 200 is great, but 200 is not a bad level. A bit more here. Give him a little bit of speed as well, actually. If we didn't have Tyrell set up to be in the clan boss team, we would absolutely get him high resistance. Instead of accuracy, we'd go resistance, and we would just absolutely sort of tank up those spiderlings. I'm just trying to pump this maybe a couple of levels. I'm not going to go full 16. I don't have enough silver for that. But I have rebuilt pretty much everyone that we're going to need for the stuff we're doing today. So come on, one more level. Let's go. Silver is burning away. As we speak, silver's burning away. People are leaving the channel. Right, that'll do, that'll do. That will do, donkey. So what are we up to? 198. We're just about where I'd like it to be. Let's try one more time. This is the one. I feel like this is 100% the fight. Spider's going down. Thanks for coming, Spider. Thanks for coming. So the main thing here is that they go for Tyrell. If they go for Tyrell, I think we win the fight. If they don't go for Tyrell, I'm going to give up. Plenty of burns, plenty of freezes again. Spiderlings going for Tyrell. We've flipped their HP. We got them after the person we want them to go for. We've got plenty now of decreased turn meter going on, which is useful. Should be able to keep Tyrell alive, or at least alive for a lot longer. That's the main thing. He might not stay alive all day, but he should be alive for longer. Hopefully to get a couple of heals out in between. Come on, Apothecary, give him a heal. Give your man a heal. There he is. We're probably going to get the reset now. So got the reset this time at about 3/4. So slight improvement, not massive improvement, but slight. HP burn going to come out this time? No, not yet. So we might still be out of sync on the... Yeah, we are still out of sync on the freeze, actually. I should check that. Maybe it's to do with his... he might have a better cooldown on this crypt rule than I've got on the Gaelic. Not sure. Oh, Tyrell's hanging in there. Hang in there, Tyrell. Let's go. Turn meter drops going on. See the amount of weak hits that are coming in against him. How much lower the damage pools are against the Tyrell. Just keeping himself in the fight. Gonna drop. There he goes. Now they're back to the ultimate Gaelic. Gaelic's got the high HP pool now, so he can actually deal with it a bit easier. It's still not good for him though. HP burns go out just before he's going to drop. Heals himself up. That's nice. Don't have that many HP burns out. Would prefer to have a few more there. The spiders were a bit low, so he actually killed quite a lot of the spiders. We've only got one freeze out now. Would have been prefer for that synergy to happen with a lot more HP burns to land, but we're still in good shape here. Pretty confident that this is a definite clear. If we had Tyrell in lifesteal gear, this would be easier again. But so far, so good. One more HP burn set should do the trick. There it is. That should be enough to kill this spider. 2 minutes 30. We got a dead spider. So look, this is quite common for me. If I do not have an obvious team and I'm having to build a team out of, you know, less obvious champions, then sometimes it can take me 3 or 4 team setups to get it right. But we've got this right. This team will auto all day long. And there's room for improvement in the team as well. That's a good thing here. There's definite room for improvement. Gore grab up to 60 would massively help us. Tweaking a little bit on the speed numbers will help us as well. But we've got an auto spider team. Good to go. Let's move on to another dungeon. So let's move on then. Let's move on to... what was the next important one? Ice Golems was not working, so let's do that one next. Ice Golems, green affinity. What do we need here? We want somebody that's going to actually do the decreased defense. Let's remember who we've got. I guess we're going to... This team is actually not that bad. So we've got these two really effective. We've got someone that can control waves for us with stun gear. I don't know that we necessarily need that though. Maybe somebody's going to bring some shielding. I prefer some actual damage in this team. Maybe we bring him in for some damage. I don't know, he doesn't really bring a lot. Maybe try this. We've got decreased defense, we've got an AoE damage dealer, we've got speed, we've got somebody bring some shielding for us, and potentially some sleeps on the enemy. So all in all, we've got quite a bit. We've got stun set Bellower in there, who's built really well, so that build was already good. We're doing some work here. What, 2 stand up there? Everyone's kind of immobilized. That's what you want for the waves. Just like literally control the waves. If you cannot nuke a wave, control it. So we controlled it really well. Sleep's going on, stun's going on. Single target nukes coming out from Queen Eva. All of that's pretty good. And we're going to be through the first wave in about 40 seconds, which is not bad for, you know, first time clear on a level 20 dungeon like this. Hopefully we'll set ourselves up just to go in there with another decreased defense. Got a nice stun on the front dude there. The front ones are annoying. You literally want to try and stun them up, but well, you don't obviously control it, but stunning them up is really helpful. Because of this shriek is actually quite annoying for us. It can do a lot of damage to your own team. We lost somebody there because of it. Queen Eve was the one person in this mix that I wasn't too sure about. It's a shame. So we've got some really good stuff going on here. We've got nice stuns going on. We should still get through this wave pretty comfortably. Look at Tyrell's health though, literally dropped right down because of that damage he's doing because of the Shriek. Shriek's nasty. It's a really nasty ability. Interestingly though, when you throw it on yourself, it doesn't really do any damage to the enemy. But when the enemy have got it, it does tons of damage to you. So we're on to the boss. This is going to be very slow if we do it. I'm going to fast forward to the final part. We do get a decreased defense and decreased attack on from Bellower, which is helpful. We get stuns coming on from Bellower as well for these ads, which again is helpful to stop them doing all their debuffs on us. But it's going to be a while, so I'm going to speed it through. Whether we do it or not, I'll show you the results. Well, we did it. 9 minutes 43. We did it. First clear. Obviously losing Queen Eva there is a massive chunk of damage gone. So I think I'm just going to try a different setup again. Who can I get to bring in that's going to do that damage for me that is not going to die? Or have I got anyone that can kind of cleanse off? Gerda could come in and actually cleanse off that Shriek, which would be quite helpful. Just wonder if this Crypt Groll guy, I don't know that much about him, but he seems like he's pretty decent. Could be an option. Razin could be an option, but off affinity. We've obviously got the block revive opportunity with Queen Eva, is why I wanted to put her in. Occult Brawler could do that as well, but his damage output is so low. I'm going to try this Crypt Groll guy. I'm not going to make you watch the whole fight. We'll get it right through to the end, and let's just see if it's a better time on this team. Does he do enough damage? That's what I want to know. Does he actually put out some damage, this guy, or is he just a single target hitter? We'll see. We'll see what sort of time we get here. Okay, so this is faster, 5 minutes 30. There's definitely more we could be doing with this, but at least we've got a clear going. That's a reasonable time. Sorry, Ice Golem is always going to be a bit of the slower one anyway. But these two done. These two were already on farm. I just wanted to speed them up. Let's just see what the times are looking like at the moment. So yeah, I mean this team is decent. This is a decent looking team for this dungeon. If you could get some more poison for that end boss, then you'd be helping yourself, or a faster wave clear. This is going to help you. This is going to help you. These two are going to nuke. Do we need her in there? I think we probably do. I don't think this team gets much better until you start increasing your damage output. You could, what we've got here, red affinities. Yeah, I don't think there's a massive amount we can change. We could try and get a Cold Heart into this lineup. It's risky though. It's a risky move. Let's try it. I think that the lineup we've already got works. I think this might be a risky move. So I would say you'd probably stick with what you've got. You've got a good lineup there. Getting a number of stuns off there is always going to be helpful. 2 stuns off is good. The Cold Heart does bring some decent AoE damage, which is why she can come in and then she'll do a Heartseeker on the boss here and there, which again will bring you good damage. Look at the work this Bellower in stun set is doing though. How many stuns have we had? We probably had about 7 or 8 stuns already in 3 hits. There's another 2. You know, anyone who says to me, I'm not sure if I want to bring a Bellower in stun set, it's so good for your dungeon clears, honestly. So we have got through that whole wave without taking any damage at all. Not even a single bit of damage. We've set ourselves up for the second wave. Speed up again. 1 stun off there. This is the kind of risk area. We get a drop turn meter on the Tyrell, which is really helpful for us. It means we're less likely to lose people. 2 more stuns at the front. Look at that hit on him though. So this is why, yeah, we lost our poisoner. So we probably just lost the run from taking 1 big hit. I need to check that Kale build because that is a bit squishier than we'd expect to see there. It's a shame, because otherwise this has been a really clean run. But without the Kale's poison for the final boss, we actually probably will just fail this run. As it goes though, we'll get through the waves pretty fast. Pretty quick, 1 minute 30 odd. I think we're going to fail the dragon. We don't have poisons here to get through his Scorch ability. We will get decreased defense on though. We will have Heartseekers up from time to time, which might enable us to get through it. But I'm just going to check that Kale build because that is the reason why we're not doing a really quick time now. So there's all the Scorches. Obviously, if you've got Reliquary Tender in here, there's a nice hit though. That's why she's in here. She brings that extra chunk of damage for us. But if you've got Reliquary Tender in the team instead of the Cold Heart, then obviously you've got your cleanses going on, you've got some healing going on, you've got revives, which we don't have here. So everybody's getting low. We're only halfway through the health bar. Another Heart Seeker. It's actually come out a bit early. We could have done with it in a second when he gets his next Scorch now. We're still actually going to be pretty close to this. I think we're going to die, but we're going to be pretty close. With a KO on here as well, this is absolutely like no problem at all. So if we get the KO build right, I think we come back in and we just nuke this. Taylor's going to have a go. He's going to die though. Don't think he can sustain a dragon without lifesteal gear on. If he had lifesteal gear on, I think he would. He doesn't. Here it comes. So yeah, so we lost that one. Let's check this KO build then. So why has KO gone down in one shot there? Because his HP is super low. I thought it would be. So we've got an accuracy chest on a dungeon clearer. It's just not what you need. So we need to get accuracy here. Not on your chest. Accuracy here, much better. Accuracy here, even better with speed. So this is going to be the roll. I'm going to put some different gear on this Kale and then we're going to go again. Okay, we've got a Kale ready for dungeons. What's he got? Good speed, good accuracy now, better HP. So we've got an HP chest. Can you see it? Yeah, HP chest. We've gone accuracy on the banner now. We've gone defense on the amulet, not crit damage. We've gone defense on the ring, not attack. We've gone defense on the gloves, not crit rate. So what we're doing, we are pushing the stats into defensive stats. He is there to land his poisons when we get to the dragon. He is not there to kill the waves. So let's see this same fight again, but with him taking on the dragon. Doesn't mean it's going to be super fast, but I think it'll be a lot faster than we've just done. And I don't think we're going to get any deaths. We should get the same sort of rhythm going through the waves. Decent amount of damage. We get a couple of stuns off. Dropping turn meters here and there. See now, he's gone for KO. Look at the difference. Beforehand, basically KO was one shot. In this setup, he's lost less than half his health. And that gives us enough time, with all the stuns and things, gives us enough time for the Apothecary to come back with a heal and keep us going. He still does decent damage, this Chaos. His setup is not terrible for damage. And, you know, we're still going to get through the waves at a decent rate, but we're not reliant on clearing the waves without taking any hits at all. So we go, 50 odd seconds to get through the first wave. Hopefully we'll get through the next one pretty quickly as well. We've got one stun off. We're going to get another one here, hopefully. One sleep there. So we are going to take some hits now. Here comes some hits. Still chunked us down. Can we keep him up? Can we keep him up? Just about still going. And there's the heal. That's the difference. First time round, he would have been dead 100% there. This time round, he's just about survived. So it's still tight. It's not like smooth, but it's now doable. And that's because we've got just that bit more security in the waves. And this is without really, first time around we got quite a lot of stuns off. This time we've had much fewer stuns off, but enough just to kind of keep us going. So we're going to get through to the boss with 5 members this time, about 140, 145 or so, which is not bad. And then we'll get onto the dragon now. And now it's going to be poisons on the dragon. It's going to be heart seekers on the dragon. That's how we do our damage at this point. So you need enough accuracy on your KO to get those poisons off. So the poison is going to be what gets you through this layer here. And how many we got? We've got about 3 on, 4 on. Is that going to be enough? It's going to be close actually. But we've got a much better chance this time around. Yep, got through it. We didn't get the stun off, which means we keep going. We keep putting damage out. And we're going to be pretty comfortable. Heartseeker comes out as well. That's nice. It just gives us an extra bit of damage. We've now got plenty of poisons on the dragon here. Look at this. We've got decreased attack on, decreased defense on. So we're still not like super secure in terms of health pools. We don't have a dedicated healer in this team. Apothecary's doing kind of spot heals. But we've got enough damage coming through, I think, just to make sure we do this in under 3 minutes. But really comfortably. we get another Heartseeker off, this is over. There it is. Game over, 2:47, new best time. That's going to be the Dragon team done and dusted. So we've done Dragons, we've done Ice Golem, we've done Spiders. Last one to do then is going to be Fire Knights for this video. Fire Knights we're kicking in at 5:15. The great thing here is once you've got teams built for other areas of the game, generally you're going to have teams that could come in for all areas of the game. So we can bring in people we've already used and use them in this dungeon as well. So we've got ourselves a Bella in there for waves, which is good. We've got our Apothecary, which is good. I did do some work to this Allure, so I think Allure will be pretty helpful here as well. We should really be bringing in this Cold Heart. I'm not so sure about Queen Eva here. I don't think she's got multi-hits. She does have a heal reduction, so I guess that's pretty good. I think I would probably run it like this. I think I'd run it like this. Just thinking if we've got anyone else that should be coming in this team. We're a bit short of healing again. That's the only danger here. But we'll try it. So someone like a Zelatar could be good for that healing, support, play. If this doesn't work, I'll probably take the Allure out and throw Zelatar in. But again, it's a bit of a try and test. I know these champions all work, but do we have the gear set here to use the ones we want to use? Don't just use the ones that you see in all the videos because you think that's 100% going to work. Sometimes you have to play around if your gear is not strong enough yet. But we are getting a few stuns off there. Stun Bella again, it works everywhere. Any dungeon, he is going to help you. As long as we can get Allure to the boss, we win. That's the point here, okay? But if we can't get her to the boss, if she starts taking hits, she is going down. She is like a wet paper towel. She'll take some damage if she gets hit. Look at that. Almost one shot. Needs the heals. Again, almost one shot. So it's tight at the moment. We're reliant really on those stuns coming off. Heal up again. One down. Two down. She's close to death again. I think she's probably too weak to actually get through these waves. Honestly, I think we're riding our luck a little bit here. So for a more stable team, I probably would take her out for like a Zelatar. We do still have drop turn meter on our Cold Heart. We've got drop turn meter on our Razin. So we'll see. We'll see if we get through it. No, she's going to die. She's going to die. I'm going to come out of this one. I thought that might be the case. She's just not tanky enough. We don't have enough support for her to feature in that team. Could actually go double Cold Heart, but let's go with a bit more security. So we actually want to make sure that the mobs don't go for the obvious. I think we're going to go like this. So we've got triple hit, triple hit, triple hit, some boss star, some wave control, some support play. Relic Pretender could equally come into this team as well as a support role. I think this will do it. Yeah. This time around, the target is going to focus Apothecary. But we've got the shield set coming in, so that's going to give us that kind of, just that buffer of health. We then get the additional shield that comes on with Zelatar's abilities. We've still got good damage coming from the team. It's not going to be fast. It's not the fastest team in the world, but I think it'll be pretty consistent now. They are going for Cold Heart, which I'm surprised about. I don't want them to do that. Don't want them to do that. So I'm going to swap it up then. I'm going to put Relic Pretender in here just to add people alive. I think Cold Heart's probably going to be focused here because of a health pool versus the Apothecaries, which is not ideal, but I don't think I can change it up too much. So I've already got teams now that are working elsewhere. So if she is focused, then hopefully the Relic Pretender can just pick her back up and keep the fight going. We want to land as many stuns as possible. Obviously, we need it to be on auto. We are getting a number of stuns off, which is quite fortunate. It won't always be as good as this. But see here, we've basically got 4 stuns on, which basically means nobody's having a turn. Number of good damage hits going in as well. This isn't the fastest team in the world, but it should be pretty consistent. Couple more stuns in there again. Bellower is doing work. He is doing so much work for us. He does bring a decreased defense as well, which is okay. It's a small version. It's not amazing, but it's okay. It's going to help us get through these waves. That's the big threat down now. That guy in the middle there, the Errol, is the big threat. He's the one who can one-shot your players. Drop turn meter again. It's a shame that's come off so quick because actually we kind of want that for the next wave. But we should be about a minute through, just over a minute, I guess, before we get to the next wave. And this is the first time we've taken any damage. Minute and 5 in, first time we've taken any sort of hit at all. On to the second wave. This is now the difficult spot. So we've got 2 stuns off of there again. Bellower is doing work for us again. Literally just kind of locking down the threats, which is huge. You don't even understand how huge it is. It is massive for your runs. This stun set Bellower, it's not even great gear. It's literally just gear that's going to keep us in the game. So there goes the drop turn meter. We wanted it back. We got it back in time before we've really taken any damage. So this now feels pretty comfortable. We don't have the big damage dealers in here, but we've got 1, 2, 3, all 4 of them stunned up at that point. They literally are just crying in their milk. They can't get out of the stuns. Even when they get out of the stuns, they come back and their abilities are on lockdown because of the A1 from the Bellower. He is doing so much in this team right now. We're going to get through to the boss just after 2 minutes. It's going to be about 2:20 probably. The 2 guys at the front, the Liches, are really tanky champs. We're not letting them put their actual tank ability on. If we did, they'd be even tougher to beat. But we're going to get through them. Drop their turn meter again. See that? They've basically got none of their abilities off cooldown at any point here. So even if they get a go, they're having to go with nothing. Just their A1s, which is, it does nothing for them. 2 minutes 30 odd. We're through to the boss. And this is now the test. So we need a bit of good RNG here. Always with Fire Knight, you want a bit of RNG. You don't want a Heartseeker to land like that because it just slows your run down. Really frustrating. We do get the decreased defense and weaken off, which is good. We're going to have to wait a little while now for the main abilities that we actually need. Reliquary Tenders just in there, keeping us alive, keeping us ticking over. We'll get through the shield pretty quickly. We've got the drop turn meter. It didn't land, got resisted. Oh, it's pretty unlucky. We do have the heal reduction on though, so that's one thing. Going to lose our Bellower at that stage, not ideal. Reliquary Tender can pick you back up. Shows how important the accuracy is, because if that drop turn meter lands there, we're basically home dry. It didn't land, which means we're now in a bit of trouble. We've got the second one there in the Heartseeker though, so it gives us a bit of breathing space. And now we're getting stuff like decreased attack on, decreased defense on. All of those things just enable us to do our damage quicker. Decreased speed on. Reliquary Tender is like a great champion in this fight. We're getting a number of triple hits in. We're getting through that shield as quickly as we can. Let's hope we get the Heartseeker off at the right time again. Drop turn meter got resisted again. That's interesting actually. I wonder if this Razin is just not quite... He can't be there. He can't be there in terms of the accuracy that we need. But we're still dropping him pretty quick, even with this bad RNG that we've got. And it's going to come in, I'd imagine, somewhere around 4.5 minutes, all being well. I mean, that drop speed, the drop speed from Reliquary Tender is really helping us get through this shield fast. And not through the shield, sorry. Helping us get more hits when the shield is down. Drop turn meter just about landed at the right time. That's going to be him done. 4 minutes 40. It's not bad. Look, and that was a pretty bad RNG run. It's the quickest time on this account. I think that's going to be it for all of the dungeons. I'm going to carry on and crack on with the Ultra Nightmare team. But for this video, I'm going to call it there. All of the dungeons have seen a massive improvement. We've got auto farm on all level 20 stuff. And it's all at a kind of reasonable pace of time. And that is just using champions that are available to a low spender in the vault, in the main sort of setup. It can be done, guys. You just got to use your brain. You just got to use your brain and use those sets to your advantage. I've been Hell Hades. I'll catch you all soon.